Okay, so Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my channel Make Studies Easy. Today we'll be doing a biology chapter 5090, which is characteristics and classification of living organisms. So, firstly, characteristics of living organisms. The living organisms have seven main characteristics, and the mnemonic we can use to make it learn easily is Mrs. Gren. M stands for movement, R stands for respiration, S stands for sensitivity, G stands for growth, R stands for reproduction, E stands for excretion, and N stands for nutrition. So these are the seven main characteristics of living organisms. So, firstly, if we talk about movement, so movement is action by an organism. Respiration is the breakdown of glucose and release energy for metabolism. Sensitivity is the ability to detect and respond to changes in the internal or external environment. Growth is the permanent increase in size and dry mass. Reproduction is the process that makes more of same kind of organisms. Excretion is getting rid of waste products. Nutrition is taking in of materials for energy, growth, and development. Now, there are variety and features of living organisms. Organisms can be made of two types of cells: prokaryotic cells or eukaryotic cells. So, the prokaryotic cells are smaller and simpler as compared to eukaryotic cells, and eukaryotic cells are complex as compared to prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are single-celled, while eukaryotic cells can be single-celled or can be multicellular as well. Prokaryotic cells include bacteria, and eukaryotic cells include protocysts. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Eukaryotic cells include protocysts, animals, fungi, and plants. Viruses has its own case. It has a different case. So if we talk about viruses, so viruses are not considered as an living organism because they have particles rather than cells. They are smaller than bacteria and are considered non-living because they can only reproduce inside living cells, and they cannot move. They must be transported, and they do not respire. They infect all types of living organisms. No cellular structure, protein coats surrounds genetic material, DNA or RNA, as you can see in the diagram over here. Which strand is the DNA or RNA, and we have protein coat or beside it. Now, if we talk about the examples of viruses, so the human viruses include influenza, which is the flu, or COVID-19. And if we talk about plants, so tobacco mosaic virus is a virus on plants. Now, if we come to bacteria, so single-celled prokaryotes are bacteria. No nucleus but DNA stored in circular chromosome structure. Most feed off other organisms, and some can do photosynthesis but not all. Examples include Lactobacillus bulgaricus, used to make yogurt, E. coli, found in dirty water, protocysts, single-celled eukaryotes. Some have chloroplasts and are similar to plant cells. For example, chlorella, which is aquatic. Other are more like animal cells. For example, amoeba. Fungi. Now, if we talk about fungi, so they are single-celled or multicellular organisms. Multicellular fungi have a body called as a mycelium made of thread-like hyphae. Hyphae contain many nuclei. They don't do photosynthesis. Cells have cell wall of chitin, feed by saprotrophic nutrition. They excrete extracellular enzymes into area outside body to dissolve food. They absorb dissolved food. Store carbohydrates as glycogen. Now, if we talk about plants, so plants are multicellular eukaryotes. They have chloroplast for photosynthesis. Cells have cellulose cell walls. They store carbohydrates like sucrose as starch. Example include flowering plants like which include maize, which is the corn, or legumes, which include the peas and beans. Now, if we talk about animals, so they are the multicellular eukaryotes, and cells don't have cell walls. Most have nervous coordination to respond to environmental changes, which mean that they are sensitive. Store carbohydrates as glycogen. Examples include like in mammals, humans, and in insects, maybe cockroaches. Then lastly, pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are organisms that are harmful and cause diseases. It can be a virus, bacteria, protococcus, or fungi. Example, influenza, which causes the flu, which is a virus. So thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, so do like it. If you've learned something, so do like the video and do subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and thank you for watching.